In today's broadcast, police have released video footage of a Placentia homicide.
Also, a spike in tax rates for Los Angeles could be the solution to bring aid to the homeless.
And the theme be Bold for Change.
Inspire women across the nation to gather in support of International Women's Day. All of this and more today on OC News.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on OC News. I'm Lydia Valencia.
And I'm Bree Burries. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. Today is International Women's Day, a day to bring attention to gender equality on Cal State Fullerton campus. A day-long celebration took place. Our own Savannah Romero was there and has the very latest.
International Women's Day is a day to celebrate all of women's strengths, struggles, and accomplishments. This year, the Cal State Fullerton campus held a celebration for Women's Day in the Humanities Quad from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event featured various speakers.
Forget to swim upward to the sun. Just say no, kick your legs, hold your breath. Keep your focus on the surface. Hold keys between your fingertips and a rape whistle around your neck in case water doesn't take no for an answer.
And educational and interactive information tables where students could get involved in activities.
Today we're celebrating International Women's Day, and Consent is Key is doing an activity called Feminist Goldfish. So what we're doing is you match, you pick, when you flip over one of the cards, and then you either get a photo or a description, and then you have to match that, and it's about iconic feminists throughout history.
It's for men and women alike, all over the campus community, to think about what has stopped them, the conversation in our heads that someone has told us or that we tell ourselves that we're not good enough, and it stops us from persisting through what we really are able to be, and that is bold for change. That is amazing, powerful, loving, strong, kind, compassionate human beings.
For OC News, I'm Savannah Romero.
Now let's go to Rebecca Fausto with a closer look at celebrations and protests happening across the nation for International Women's Day.
Well, let me tell you, today, women around the world asked to join A Day Without a Woman. Supporters can help by wearing red in solidarity because the colors represent revolutionary love, action, and a pioneer spirit. They are also being asked to take a day off from work and to avoid spending money to demonstrate their economic power. The second largest school system in Maryland decided to close today after 1,700 teachers and close to 30% of school transportation called out and requested the day off. Also, Alexandria City decided Monday to close 16 schools after 300 teachers followed Maryland's lead. Men can also participate by wearing red and calling out decision makers in the workplace and in the government, with the purpose of extending equal wages and adequate pay for family leave for women. And well, a man who is taking action is actor Nicholas Coster from the TV series Game of Thrones. He launched a pledge yesterday calling fathers to unite with the purpose of empowering women and girls to promote education and literacy all around the world. So far, more than 18,000 people have taken the pledge. Nicholas is a goodwill ambassador and urges fathers to help gender equality for young women and girls by reminding their daughters there is nothing they can't achieve. In a New York film, Street Global Advisors placed a new statue on Wall Street for International Women's Day. The statue was placed there as a call for more women to serve on corporate board. Yesterday, a picture of a little girl wearing a red and pink superhero outfit and standing in front of the Fearless Girl bronze statue went viral. 5-year-old Brianna had the day off from school and visited the statue with her mother, Alexandra. The mother asked the daughter to pose so she could take a picture, and by the time she realized, news photographers and other tourists were also taking pictures of her. Many people thought that the message behind the picture was very powerful and represented the meaning behind the statue. The statue will remain there for at least a week more. That is all I have for today. Back to you, ladies.
Police released surveillance video of 3 men in connection with the Placentia homicide. Bianca Hernandez is standing by live in the newsroom with more information. Bianca.
The video I'm about to show you is very disturbing. The Placentia Police Department released surveillance on Tuesday. The video shows a Placentia man confronted by 3 gunmen just moments before he was shot outside his home in January. Let's take a look at this video.
Placentia police say that this is a surveillance of a murder just as it's about to happen. The shooting occurred about 11:40 p.m. on January 19 in the 900 block of Vista Avenue. The man shot and killed in his front yard was 35-year-old Robert Rios.
Detectives hope that in releasing the surveillance that the public will help them identify the murders of Robert Rios. If you have any information, please contact the Placentia Police Department at 714-993-8187. This is Bianca Hernandez reporting for OC News.
Layoffs are coming to the Santa Ana Unified School District. The school voted in favor of letting go of 287 school employees. Some will be teachers. Starting on March 15th, the district will start giving employees pink notices, putting workers on notice that they may be laid off. The layoffs also include assistant principals and special education teachers. Santa Ana Unified School District says they need to make these changes because of declining enrollment. In other local news, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti claimed his victory for re-election last night over 10 other challengers. Garcetti took the majority vote for 81%, the city's biggest landslide in history. After his victory, Garcetti thanked his supporters at the Union Hall in Pico Union for giving him the opportunity to serve another term. Also, Los Angeles voters overwhelmingly approved Measure H by 76%, which supports the building of housing for the homeless in order to pay for housing. A 1/4-cent sales tax increase will be placed on a county. The measure is expected to be a 5-year plan. Children are ingesting hand sanitizers. Sexually transmitted diseases are at an all-time high, and millions of Americans are suffering from migraines. Bree Burris is here to give us all the details on the health topics.
There are several health concerns that are pretty troublesome to people of all age groups. The Poison Control Center in the U.S. received thousands of calls about children ingesting hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer has been an extreme concern for several years now. The FDA asks makers of hand sanitizer to provide data to show their active ingredients and prove that it is in fact harmful. For cleaning your hands, they should be kept away from young children. Nearly 97% of the children under 5 who were exposed to alcohol-based hand sanitizers ingested them. Hand sanitizers can contain up to 95% ethanol alcohol. Ingestion can cause serious health effects for young children, including alcohol poisoning. All this should be done under adult supervision. Please continue to report all incidents to the Poison Control Center before it does get more serious. Increasing numbers of babies across the United States are being born with syphilis. The rate of syphilis among American women increased by 27% from 2014 to 2015. More babies are being born with the disease. Congenital syphilis can have serious health effects. It can cause premature birth or low birth weight. It can also cause miscarriages, stillbirth, or death shortly after baby is born. CDC officials say syphilis rates are high because of budget cuts in states' STD programs. Migraines aren't just headaches, it is a brain disorder. The pain can be so intense that people can do their day-to-day tasks. Over-the-counter medications aren't always helpful. The research out of China suggests that properly administered acupuncture may help reduce the frequency of migraines or even prevent them altogether. Acupuncture helps more than just mental and emotional stress. It can even support your immune system to prevent illness like the common cold. I say try it and on a full stomach and with an open mind. The soy nut butter company recalled I Am Healthy Original Creamy Soy Nut Butter because of unforeseen possible health risks. People have become ill due to a contaminated soy product. First recalled the original creamy soy nut butter, but later recalled all its soy butter and granola products. E. coli was been linked to these products, and consumers should throw away all I Am products and to not eat them. And that is all for Health Today.
Wildfires have swept across 5 states, killing 7 people so far. Savannah Romero has more with our weather forecast.
So the first thing I want to talk about are these wildfires that have hit 5 states so far. We have fires in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, and we have them over here in Florida as well. These fires have erupted and they've actually claimed the lives of 7 people already. 5 people in Texas have been killed from the fires and 2 people in Oklahoma and in Kansas. Evacuations have been made, and that's what they're experiencing over in the middle of the country. And while they're experiencing fires over there in Fullerton today, we have beautiful temperatures at 80 degrees with a low of 55 and a humidity at 30%. We'll have a sunset tonight at 5:54 p.m. And we have beautiful weather going on into the weekend. As we look at the 5-day forecast, we'll see that our high today was at 83, and Thursday we're going into 87. And that's going to be one of the hottest days of the week this week. We also have, on Friday it's going to be 82, and Saturday we're going into 83 with Sunday at 87 again. And the lows are in the mid to high 50s all week. And so we have some really beautiful weather this weekend, so get outside and enjoy that. Back to the ladies at the desk.
When we return, WikiLeaks has released new documents.
And we'll take a look at the wonderful world of Titan sports and more. Stay tuned.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
French fries. Finding best potatoes.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Congo.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
A new document from WikiLeaks tells us how the CIA is keeping tabs on Americans. And Facebook CEO will be giving us commencement speech. Crystal Ortiz has the story.
Hello, it's Crystal Ortiz here with what's going on with tech today. We are all well aware that the CIA is known for their spying abilities. However, we are not all aware how is it that they do their spying business. According to the Vault 7, a document released by WikiLeaks states that the CIA can use phones and smart TVs to eavesdrop. The CIA was even trying to find a way to hack into vehicles with internet-connected computer systems on board. Americans are very concerned on the fact that if the CIA can hack into personal devices and have access to microphones and cameras, then hackers and American enemies will eventually find a way to do the same. Now, the actual code the CIA uses for spying techniques was not released. If you had to choose one person to speak at your commencement, who would it be? Well, Harvard graduating students this May will have one of the world's richest men at their graduation, Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg attended Harvard back in 2004 before dropping out and becoming Facebook's CEO. That's all I have for today. Back to Lydia and Bree.
And now it's time to talk about all things sports. Let's turn to Miguel Moya with today's sports report.
Hi everyone, it's about that time again. The calendars moved to March and we moved to madness as the Titans head to the Big West basketball tournament. Now let's hand it over to Johnny for more details on tomorrow's big game.
That's right, it's the Big West tournament, men's championship, and your Cal State Fullerton Titans are heading on with a bit of a roll. They've won their last 8 out of 10 games, and that's the most victories in season since the last season in 2011-2012. They're headed in at a number 3 seed, and they're facing off against the Cal State Northridge Matadors tomorrow at 2:30. Don't be afraid to head on out and show a little bit of your support. I'm Johnny Ives reporting live from the Titan Gym. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, now it's time to head to the baseball diamond as the number 7 ranked Titans take on Arizona State in Tempe, Arizona at 5:30 today. Fullerton starts an 8-game homestand this weekend with a 3-game series against Gonzaga starting Friday at 7 p.m. Now to the softball diamond as the Titans take their 9-11 record on the line as they take on San Diego State tomorrow at 6 p.m. And now we go to Dallas as the Lakers take on the Mavs, but it was all about the big man in the middle. Let's take a listen.
Ready to get this out of the way. Down low against Larry Nance Jr. Here it is!
Dirk Nowitzki is now the 6th player to score 30,000 points in NBA history. But we still have a game to play, even though there's a lot of celebrations and big smiles by Mr. Mark Cuban. Now, they had the lead in this game, and the Mavs weren't about to give it up as Nowitzki was in his limelight as they go for a 3 in the 3rd quarter, and it makes it. Now, as we still have a game to play, somebody showed a total Lakers as Seth Curry steps back and hits a 3, and the Mavs will go on to win 122-111. Now in the NFL, Brandon Marshall signed a 2-year, $12 million deal with the New York Giants, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. And staying with the NFL, and specifically in NFC East, Tony Romo is expected to be released by the Cowboys tomorrow. This comes after the quarterback spent the majority of last season as the Cowboys' backup quarterback. Now, where does Romo go? No one knows, so stay tuned, because this is just the start of NFL free agency. 4-0, but now moves on with a 6-5 aggregate win. That's all for sports. Now let's head back with Lydia and Bree at the desk.
Emma Watson gets criticized by feminists.
And whales make quite an appearance in Dana Point. Stay tuned with more on OC News.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Revolts against the live-action Beauty and the Beast have been made in certain countries, and tour dates for an Academy Award-winning film being announced. Here's Jessica O'Neill with more on entertainment.
Thank you, Bree. The unfortunate Best Picture mix-up at this year's Oscars is now a thing of the past. La La Land in Concert, a live-to-film celebration, will make its tour debut at the Hollywood Bowl May 26th and 27th. The live shows will be conducted by composer Justin Hurwitz, who won 2 of the 6 Academy Awards the film received last month for his work on the music. The tour will feature a 100-piece orchestra, a choir, a jazz ensemble, and the original voice recordings of stars Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, and John Legend. Tickets will go on sale Friday, with plans for more tour dates in the U.S. and Europe to come. International Women's Day is a day to celebrate and recognize the achievement women have made. Despite the celebration, Emma Watson is being scrutinized for being hypocritical towards her publicly known feminist agenda due to a nearly topless photo in a Vanity Fair magazine. Watson slammed the criticism by explaining in an interview a woman's body parts has nothing to do with being a feminist. Watson states, quote, "Feminism is about giving women choice. Feminism is not a stick with which to beat other women with. It's about freedom, it's about liberation, it's about equality." The actress is promoting Beauty and the Beast, which is getting more backlash than just her photo. Once Disney announced Beauty and the Beast will be the first live-action film of theirs to have an openly gay moment, theaters took action. The tale as old as time may not be as old enough for young fans, specifically in Russia. What is considered to be a PG rating in the States is now a 16+ rating in Russia. A Russian lawmaker has gone as far to call the film shameless propaganda of sin. With the new rating in place, fans under the age of 16 will not be admitted into a screening without an adult. That's all I have in entertainment today. Back to you in the studio.
Dana Point is ringing in their whale season with a celebration lasting 2 weeks. Reporter Olga Mason was there to give us all the details.
Dana Point is known for their whale migration, and once a year they celebrate by hosting the Festival of Whales. This year's events take place on the weekends of March 3rd and 4th and 11th and 12th.
The California coastline is a migrating highway for whales that travel south to mate, then return to northern waters with their calves. The Dana Point Festival marks the beginning of whale watching season.
The Festival of Whales is celebrating its 46th anniversary this year. We started in 1971. My father, Don Hansen, started it.
The festival kicked off the 2-weekend celebration with a parade. This year's theme, Magical Migration, was seen by thousands as it floated and marched along Pacific Coast Highway. Festivities continue throughout the combined weekends with a street fair, art shows and classes, games and contests, including a sand sculpting competition.
It's a beautiful day, Festival of the Whales, Dana Point, local, fun stuff. Time to get sweaty and sandy. Yes.
The harbor hosts the activity-filled weekends with access to historic tall ships, fishing, sailing, stand-up paddling, and the main focal point, whale watching trips.
It's a lot of fun, and we have over 100,000 visitors that come to Dana Point in 4 days.
I'm Olga Mason with OC News.
That's all we have for today's show.
Make sure to follow us on social media at OC News CSUF. And be sure to tune in next week. Have a great evening.